feeling upset. Wish I could lose you, I wish I could forget. But the mind is a cage, and the longer that we age, our brains become the stage of the drama and the rage. And I'm pretty medicated if you had to ask me. Sativa dreams got me singing songs like me, but a band-aid covers up the pain is all. Cause I'm going cuckoo bananas, waiting for your call. Waiting on your call, so I'm hopping in my car. No speed limit, it won't take me too long. This shit could get a little spooky. Tell the neighbor there's nothing to see. I'm sliding through your streets and I'm swerving around them curves. I'm climbing through your hedges and I'm through the front door. Didn't I tell you not to panic? This shit isn't peculiar. I'm manic. Manifest, now I'm blessed. Life is sour, then it's sweet, like the lemon with the zest. Hello, and once again, hello. Welcome to the Green Chair Chats, aka a Kiki with Mimi. I am your homosexual CourtneyRevolution. Welcome to the hour-long pop culture discussion called the Green Chair Chats, home of many speculations and not confirmations, home of the Revolution Redemption where it is necessary, and of course, home of me just sitting here being extra and talking about our faves with you guys, the rebels of the revolution. If you want to become part of the revolution, all you gotta do is click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know when I upload on my channel. You never know when I upload an actual speculation, not confirmation. You never know when I'm gonna upload a music video, Revolution Reacts. So make sure that you click subscribe and then you also ring the bell, because sometimes YouTube be playing me, bam, and don't send out my notifications. But we gonna have a good show today, you guys. We are talking about Justin Bieber. We are talking about Selena Gomez. We are talking about Demi Lovato. And we're talking about seems to be one of the top Selenators that y'all didn't know that we knew about, but we actually know about because we talked about it here before. Ehrich, the number one Selenator on earth, bitch. We're gonna get into all of that drama, but of course, let me see how y'all doing in the chat. I'm seeing lots of green hearts. I'm dead at Brittany laughing at me calling myself a homosexual. You know, I feel like that is just really me, because like I am a homosexual, but I'm also so many of you guys as homies. So I just kind of like smashed it together, and I really am kind of like, you're homosexual. You know, I hate when girls are like, I want a gay best friend. Like, I'm not a Pokemon, I'm not a Chihuahua that belongs in your purse. I'm just your homosexual. We kiki, we get into it, and we have fun. But what are y'all talking about in the chat today? I see Danny Lee 93. I see you, girl. Oh my god, hey Courtney, so excited to finally make the live. Hey, I'm glad that you made it. Hello, Kat. Just hit her first bell. Oh my god, thank you, Kat. Thank you very much. Gabby, I know about the Taylor Swift news. I have Twitter, so of course my phone went off when the news about Taylor came up. So do not worry, I know about it. If it's Taylor Swift news, y'all do not have to worry about me missing that, because I have a Twitter. So I know, I promise. We gonna get into it, the 2-second Taylor Swift news, at some point during the show today. Shout out to Linda, Atlanta, Georgia in the house. Selena is from literal Egypt. Can we just take a moment real quick? Egypt, you are in Egypt watching me. Shout out to Egypt. I've never been to Egypt before. Listen, y'all, I want to start traveling. As soon as it's safe again, I need to get some stamps on my passport. I want to go to y'all's countries. I want to see what y'all doing over there, you know, as long as it's safe. But shout out to Egypt. Wendy is saying, LMAO, I am so funny. Wendy, you know I'm a mess. I just want to let y'all know that we keep it real, right? So y'all know that y'all are going to see me sip this water throughout the show. However, before that, my lovely boyfriend did run out to Starbucks and get me my first pumpkin cream cold brew of the season. So she's a little bit finished. She's finished. So I'm zhuzhed up, I'm ready, we're gonna get down to all of the mess. I'm feeling real extra today if you guys can't tell. I'm not gonna be talking too much, we're gonna get into the mess. I like to start off every stream with a little bit of positivity. You guys already know how I like to do. And I've got some very good news. This is the positivity portion of the show before we get down into the mess. I have some very good news. Now, since the majority of y'all that watch me have been on y'all best behavior and y'all have not been leaving mean and hateful comments over at work, And also to celebrate such a beautiful and momentous milestone, me and my homegirl, our homegirl, because y'all know her. Me and my homegirl, Madison Hill, decided that we were gonna give y'all a week of us. So get very excited. She will be on the show next Sunday. So do not miss a Kiki with Mimi next Sunday, because it's also going to be a Kiki with Mimi and Mad. So don't miss it. It's going to be iconic. It's going to be legendary. I miss Madison so much. And I know that you guys miss her too. You guys leave comments either on her channel or my channel, and you're like, oh my God, I miss the chemistry. Oh my God, I miss you guys together. Oh my God, please be in the same stream and breathe the same air again. So we're going to be celebrating the fact that Madison literally blew past 10,000 subscribers. She's literally killing it with every single upload. It is time to celebrate. I'm going to clean out my shambong, girl. I'm going to have to get some champagne and make it rain next Sunday. So do not miss it. Listen, you guys, look into my eyes. Look into my eyes when I tell you, please do not miss next Sunday's Kiki. I would never try to force y'all to be here, but I promise you guys, if you are not here next Sunday watching this live, you might regret after sipping. And that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Let me see how y'all reacting. Wendy is saying, oh my God, yes, I need that. Danny is saying she left right when I started watching the show, so I'm excited to see you two together again. Great timing. I see you guys are so excited. Elva is saying iconic for sure. Randy is saying that he and she of D. You already know that's Madison and me. So I'm very, very, very excited. Like I said, Madison is killing it, crushing it, doing all of the right things. She is the influencer. She is the woman. Make sure that you check out her Pop Off series over on her channel, because she gives y'all that news and then she pop that champagne, and then she's giving you the real tea, what she's thinking behind the scenes. She's just really good at what she does, and you guys know that. Wesley said, I'm always here. It's either be here or sleep. I feel you on that, Wesley. Cass is saying, love me some Madison and Courtney. You guys, you guys are gonna want to be here. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't miss it. Don't do that. Make sure you set your alarm. I don't know what time zone y'all in, but y'all might gonna want to set your alarm for this one. Because I promise, if you after sip it, by the time you done after sipped it, girl, it's just not going to be the right time. That's all I'm going to say. Now, sorry, I'm just glancing at the chat because I see y'all. Wesley saying, popping off with Mads and Court. She be popping off, y'all. Madison is it. Y'all, if you don't know Madison and you're subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe to her, because when y'all are like, listen, Courtney, what aren't you going to talk about? 9 times out of 10, Madison's going to do it. Okay, period. She puts in the effort. Her editing's good. Her thumbnails are iconic. That is the brand that you need to be aligning with as well, in addition to myself. So you guys are already here. You guys already know the deal. I ain't never going to recommend nobody that's trash. Y'all already know Madison's the queen. So subscribe to her. You probably already are. Let's get into the show. Bam. Now, let me scroll. This is what we're going to talk about. We got to get into You Should See. And if this is your first stream with me, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you for watching live. And thank you for after watching if you're watching not live. Shout out to you. Leave a comment, girl. Let's kiki. The first thing that I want to talk about in terms of You Should See, it's when I force things on you. It's things that you should check out, things that maybe you should see in terms of listen to, and just things that I'm saying, do it. You should see. See also stands for Courtney. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's talk about this young lady that I haven't been sleeping on, but in terms of the music, I'm very upset that I was not aware when this dropped. Bam! Keke Palmer. Have you heard Virgo Tendencies Part 1? If you haven't, listen, it's okay. I missed the bus too. Apparently, I was chasing the bus and the bus was already down the hill. Girl, the bus just missed me. We crossed paths. I don't know what happened. Keke Palmer's Virgo Tendencies Part 1 is the best project that I have heard in September thus far, period. And I believe it came out weeks ago, like a week or some change, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Listen, I don't know why I missed out. This project is banger heavy. I don't know how else to describe it. I personally have not skipped any of the tracks. Now, this comes down to personal preference. I'm never going to come up on here and say, this is a no-skip album if I'm literally sitting there skipping through the tracks. This, in particular, Miss Virgo Tendencies Part 1, this way, Virgo Tendencies Part 1, was a no-skip project for me. Keke Palmer gets in and out in 27 minutes. She's just giving you bangers. I can't really... The thing that I want to say is I don't expect Normani to give me this exact style of music. What I want is for Normani to make me as excited about her project like Keke Palmer did, right? So I listened to Keke Palmer. Listen, I was folding laundry. I literally was folding 2 big loads of laundry, and I said, hold on, Keke Palmer has new music out. Let me put this on. And when I put it on, y'all, it was just like from the top. She was just giving me like a cute little skit, and then banger, 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 and then like a skit, and then a banger, 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 and then a skit, and then a banger, 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 banger. So, like, I don't know why we're not talking about this enough. She's incredibly talented, vocals on Fleeky Deaky, and I need this to be on everyone's end of the year, like, you know, albums that you may not have heard but actually deserve to be top 5. Like, really, really, really good work. Juliana is asking, is it R&B? Okay, here's how I would describe it. It's a little bit R&B. It's a little bit pop. I'll describe it, not sonically, but I'll say, you know how it's kind of hard to define what Chloe and Halle's genre is? Like, it's kind of R&B, it's kind of pop, it's kind of indie, it's kind of something. It's kind of the best parts of a lot of genres. Definitely R&B focused, but I just wouldn't say that it's just that. Some of the best songs on there, if you guys just want my own personal recommendations, I'm gonna say listen to the whole thing, but my personal favorites are Thick, Snack, and Twerk and Flirt. Twerk and Flirt. Because sometimes it's not about going home with a one-night stand. Sometimes you're just out there to have a couple drinks, shake it to the left, shake it to the right, get you a cute man, but not all the way, and then you bring it on home. Sometimes just twerking and flirting is enough. And I think that Keke did a really, really good job at sending that message across. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Y'all need to get into that. Period. Thoroughly pleased. Virgo Tendencies, Part 1. Now, y'all should have already known that we were going to talk about this because for whatever reason, the fact that all of these new shows keep coming onto Netflix, I just need to make a slot for it on my show. I'm not going to lie. Bam. Have y'all seen Girlfriends? Y'all need... My girlfriends. Hey. They're through thick and thin. Hey. My girlfriends. Yes, God. They're through anything. My girlfriends. Sorry, that's a hit. Girlfriends is an amazing show. It was a show that sort of came out around the time that I was a kid, kind of growing up, but I never really placed a lot of emphasis on it. I still feel like I was wrapped up in like Moesha and the Parkers and stuff like that. Although I did watch it a few times, I feel like the show is kind of it's better suited for adults. Like, I'm around the age of a lot of these characters now. And it's basically about this girl, Joan, Tracy Ellis Ross, 28-year-old legal professional living in California. She has girlfriends that are all very strong archetypes. Like, they're all very different. And they basically just go through the trials and tribulations that Black women face that we didn't really see a lot on TV specifically at that time. And I really enjoyed it. It starred Tracy Ellis Ross, Persia White, Golden Brooks, and Jill Marie Jones. And the show was on for 8 seasons, and I didn't even know, to be honest. I didn't realize that it was on that long. But you know what? They experienced all types of highs and heartbreaks and love and lost. And to my knowledge, the show didn't really end like with a clear finale. I believe that they were working on a movie, and girl, I don't know what happened with that, but I definitely kind of want to find out because I'm kind of enjoying going through the series, and I feel like a lot of the stuff is relatable, even though we're in 2020 and this came out years and years and years ago. I feel like a lot of the stuff is really, really relatable. There's like one episode, y'all, right in the beginning, where these girls, the girlfriends, they get into a fight, y'all, outside the club, and I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you're the one that's not really trying to fight. Like, I'm definitely the girl that's like, if I'm out with a group, I'm not trying to fight. Like, some people you go out with and they're just like looking for an issue. They're just like looking like, oh my God, this person's being disrespectful. Time to off with the top. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just not that person. And in this particular scenario, y'all, Joan was just trying to get in the club. And her friend was like, not picking a fight, but it definitely was a scenario where she could have let the insults go. Girl, they wound up getting into a fight, and Miss Joan is a lawyer girl. She's a Miss Attorney girl. She's got she's part of the bar girl. She lifted the bar, she raised the bar, she passed the bar, bitch. And she wasn't about to fight. And it caused all sorts of conflict. And you know, these situations definitely give you more than one point of view as an audience member. And I kind of enjoy like seeing the different angles. Check it out on Netflix if you've never seen it, especially if you're like younger than like 25. Definitely check it out. I think it definitely gives a new meaning to the phrase almost 30, because you know people are always trying to say, if you're 27 and up, you're almost 30 and you're old. And I'm like, okay, tell that to Joan and the girls on Girlfriends. I'll tell you that, because Joan got her own house. She got a good ass job, girl. If that's what being almost 30 is, I will happily be almost 30. Let me tell you that. Bianca was saying, there was a whole ass marathon yesterday on TV1. Shout out to TV1, aka the bosses. Shout out to TV1, Interactive One, all of the ones. Shout out to them. Hillary is saying, I love Blackish, so I will check it out. Yeah, if you guys are big Blackish fans, Tracee Ellis Ross is the star of one of the stars of Blackish, and she definitely, one of her bigger roles was Joan on Girlfriends. So definitely check it out. Let me see. Let me scroll on up. Kershell is saying, petition for Courtney's version of Girlfriends to be released. You guys know on Netflix where it's like skip intro. There are just like some shows that you just can't skip the intro of. Like, I would never skip the intro of like That's So Raven. I would never skip the intro of Moesha. Mo to the hey, E to the hey, Mo to the E to the hey. Never skip that. And Girlfriends I could never skip that. When One-on-One gets put on Netflix, wait until One-on-One comes out on Netflix, y'all. Y'all already know I'm gonna go off, because One-on-One is like, out of Moesha, the Parkers, and One-on-One's in my top 3. Okay, so like y'all already know I'm gonna go off on that theme song, because that's one of my favorites. Sometimes in this life you can feel all by yourself. Check 1, 2. But I have a partner when I can't trust no one else. That's a hit. Sorry, I'm doing too much. Now, let's switch gears. Right? Let's hit our Prindle, shall we? I don't know what a Prindle does. I'm literally London Tipton when it comes to cars. All right, let's talk about... Why do y'all watch this? I'm such a mess. Let's talk about Harry Styles. Bam! And he was looking good on that cover too, this hand. Bam! Shout out to Harry Styles. So, after Harry Styles did Dunkirk in 2017, which I did not see, but I'm sure my best friend Felicia saw it, and I'm sure if she were here right now, she would say that it was exquisite, excellent, and Harry looked great. He now has his brand new role, which I feel like was sort of like a divine kind of happening, right? So he's in the new thriller Don't Worry Darling, and it stars Florence Pugh and Chris Pine, and it's directed by Olivia Wilde. Now, something interesting that I thought about the situation, well, something I read, rather, was the fact that originally this particular part was, Harry, you are all up in my face, girl. Let me just, there you go. Because you still, there you go, bam. And you can still be fine over there, bam. The interesting thing about this was the fact that Harry's original part was originally casted to be Shia LaBeouf, but apparently Shia LaBeouf had some scheduling conflicts, and he cannot do the film. Now, Mr. Shia, what's going on? Not complaining, not mad. Y'all already know I love Harry Styles. And because I didn't see Dunkirk, maybe I definitely will check this out, because the film is a thriller, and I am a big thriller/horror kind of person. Y'all have heard me say before that they need to reboot Nightmare on Elm Street and do it right, because that's my favorite horror franchise. Love me some Freddy Krueger. Sorry, I'm a mess. Now, not a lot is known about the film, but it is set in an isolated utopian community in the 1950s California desert. Are y'all gonna be getting chased by some creatures? I don't want to see Harry get slaughtered. I want to see him be the final girl. That's what I want to see. We're gonna have to see. I want to check that one out. Are y'all interested in seeing Harry Styles act if you haven't before? I'm kind of curious. Let me see what y'all talking about. I see Bianca saying bam, me. Woo! Linda is saying, hold it. Let me sip with you. Let me sip too. Jennifer said, sexy. Gabby is saying, even though you don't like Friends, I do, and that is one that can't be skipped for me. Lord, shout out to Friends. Actually, shout out to Living Single, because Living Single is definitely a theme song that I do not skip. Ever, 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 ever. Oh, that's a hit too. Shout out to Queen Latifah. They need to bring, Living Single needs one reunion, something, something. All these other shows keep getting reboots, and a lot of them I feel like aren't deserving. Living Single deserves sort of like a re-spotlight, I feel like. Because I feel like that's a show that gets overlooked because of Friends, no shade. But in my opinion, Living Single was the best show, of course. It's the prototype. Now, Danny is saying, just to be able to look at Harry Styles. Yeah. Harry acting, yes, says Tori. And then Kat says, I think Sia is playing a character in the MCU. I have no idea. I'm not an MCU girl, but I did let my best friend Ricky take me to the movies to see Endgame, and I enjoyed myself. Some of the stuff, I didn't know what was going on, but I did watch before I went to go see Endgame. Ricky put on it was like everything you need to know about the MCU before you go see Endgame. And it was like a 30-minute video, and it was just like crammed full of information. And then when I went to go see Endgame, literally 25 minutes later, I kind of knew what was going on. So shout out to the MCU. Maybe one day I will block out however many hours of time and watch it. That's a lot of movie, y'all, and it's a lot of superhero. And I was just, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man girl. So eventually I'll see all the other ones, but it just takes a lot. Palace is saying Living Single was the ish. Yes! I love Living Single. Shout out to you that you know what Living Single is. Because a lot of people don't. Katie is saying, how dare you pull up this picture of Harry while my man is right next to me trying to get me in trouble. Oh, girl, I'm trying to get you in trouble, Katie. Girl, tell your man to look away, girl. Don't cover his eyes, girl. Because I know Harry is looking good, too. Freaky Walrus is saying, my kitten is totally obsessed with you right now, Courtney. Shout out to your kitty. Shout out to your kitty. I don't know what that voice is. Freaky Walrus is saying, he's staring at my phone screen like, it's because I'm acting a fool. But let's move on real quick to our homegirl. And it was the must hear news. This is the news that we could not do the show without, period. Okay? Bam! Speaking of, oh girl, I am moving the photos, girl. Let me not move the photos, girl. Bam! Taylor Swift is performing at the American Country Music Awards. Taylor Swift is performing at the American Country Music Awards, and it is a very big deal. She hasn't performed there in like 7 years, which I didn't realize. They just dropped the trailer literally while I was trying to get things together for the show, and my phone started lighting up with all the notifications. And then Taylor Nation definitely made sure to send us all an email so that we knew Taylor Swift was performing at the American Country Music Awards. She will be performing Betty, which to my knowledge, I think was sent to radio, I believe. Has it been crushing radio? Was it sent to radio? If it hasn't been sent to radio, it definitely will be after this. And it will do great things on country radio. My question to y'all is, how do y'all feel about Taylor sort of pivoting back to her country roots? In my opinion, I feel like country is definitely one of the areas that Taylor is just the strongest in, especially when it comes to storytelling and songwriting. Of course, we know Taylor can conquer other genres. She can conquer pop. In my opinion, she did that. The fact that Taylor was a country girl just stringing on her guitar, and she decided that she woke up one day and wanted to be one of the main pop girls and did that with ease, I think that was excellent. But, this country moment with folklore in general, this sort of indie focus on songwriting moment definitely feels like when she pushed her pen, she pushed it with a lot of strength, natural, organic strength. So I'm very glad that she's doing this. How do y'all feel about it? Gabby is saying, yes, she hasn't performed at a country award show since her Red era. And Betty has been on country radio since the album drop. I thought so. I wasn't sure. I've only really been playing Invisible String out. I need that to be a single at some point. I do not need Invisible String to be the cruel summer of folklore. I definitely need that to have some sort of visual, some sort of moment, some sort of... I don't care if Taylor's walking in the forest for the full 3 minutes. Girl, you need to do something with that one. Because I love that song. Selena said, to be honest, Betty is one of my favorites on Folklore, and I love her country era, so I can't wait. Palace is saying, I think that she can do anything. Wendy is saying she can do anything, really. I think it's good to go back to her roots. I agree. Wesley, you are literally... Wesley, you my FBI agent? Because it looks like you just reading this script right off my phone. Because literally my next hyphen, literally, I was going to read your comment and then say literally. Do we think that Exile could be the next official single? Because I've been hearing rumors that Exile was that Exile already had a video and that it was going to be a single, but it appears as though Betty is taking over the country waves. Do you think that Taylor would have both singles out, like one for the main audience and then one that is specifically focused for country? Do you guys think that maybe that could happen? Jerry L is saying, oh my God, Cruel Summer deserves better. I agree. And there's a part of me that thinks that maybe Cruel Summer will still have its moment. I don't know how. I can't visualize. I can't look into the crystal ball. My magnifying glass hasn't quaked enough yet for me to figure out how she can do that before the tour. Because I feel like eventually she's going to do the tour. She still has my coin. So eventually I will be at somebody's tour watching her perform something. And I hope that somehow Cruel Summer can have its moment, because that was just, I mean, have you guys seen my reaction to that, to Lover? Cruel Summer literally blew my wig off. I'm still not over it. Gabby is saying Betty is my second favorite after Mad Woman. And Amanda is saying, I don't like a lot of country myself, but she's just amazing. She can do anything with her talent and writing skills. And to be honest, I agree with that, Amanda. I will never, ever, 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 ever forget how I felt the first time, and y'all have heard me say this before. Oh, excuse me. I'll never forget how I felt when I first heard Our Song. Our Song was like the most, to me at the time specifically, especially the person that comes from like Christina shaking her ass and dirty and Britney's Slave for You, panties outside the jeans. Like, this was like the most country, the most yeehaw, the most... Like, I literally would never, before that song, I don't think I would have ever... aggressively liked a song that sounded that way before Taylor Swift. Like, I'm sure there have been country songs on the radio, especially where I'm from. In the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, country is kind of off and on. And y'all know what my small town radio taste is like. If you've been to Club Courtney before, you know that it's kind of like that alternative pop rock, but it definitely, they play a lot of country. And I never really felt like, until I heard Our Song. Something about Taylor sitting there with that phone. I'll never forget. I put the video on. Y'all know y'all have on demand with y'all cable on demand. I just put it on, and she was just sitting there with that telephone. I said, "Who is this queen?" And I just lost it. I don't know. Something about her. Something about Taylor. I don't know what it is. Something about you, girl. I can't let you go. But I'm very, very ready to see what she does with Folklore. You know, there hasn't been a lot of heavy promotion, which I'm fine with. I feel like it's an album that just kind of speaks for itself. But she's given it a little push this way. And I think that because of COVID and we're not seeing her on tour and, you know, a lot of the award shows are kind of weird and she didn't do the VMAs, I think that this will be a really good moment just for us to see her. Like, we miss you, Taylor. So I'm happy about this. Are y'all happy about this? I'm happy about this. Let me see what y'all saying. Palace saying, I think I'm going to go listen to the whole CD now. Me. Brittany is saying, Courtney, my Caribbean ass is losing it with your descriptions. I can't. Valentina said, I never was really into Taylor's music except for Safe and Sound. Yet Folklore, oh my God, I loved it so much. On repeat. Valentina, listen. Lots of people that love that song in particular love Folklore. When Safe and Sound came out, a lot of people thought that Taylor was going to do a whole album that sounded like that. And I get it. Shabria is saying, I think maybe if she has a tour, it could be a summer tour, and she has the video for Cruel Summer, and then at the end have it saying Taylor Swift coming 2022 or something like that. See, I would be here for it. The only thing I don't want, and this is the only misstep I have, and then we'll move on, y'all, because I'm sure y'all are like, when are we going to talk about something else? The only thing that I don't like what I don't want is I hate when popular songs from an artist get the concert music video treatment. What was that song that Taylor came out with? And I loved it. And then she did like a concert video for it. Baby, I could build a castle. What's the name of that song? I love that song. The best people alive are free. I need it. Taylor, listen, for them re-recordings, do not give us no concert footage. Girl, you better get some sort of crew, girl. Put them in a glove, girl. Get them cameras rolling, girl. We need something, girl. And we want the DVD, girl, of you in the studio re-recording, girl. I'll pay a little extra for that, because you got my little $70 off the journals, right? She got my $70. I'm not opening none of them. I feel like they're collector's items. Girl, you need to give us the re-recording, girl, and one big box set. Imagine if Taylor did that, girl, and called it, I don't know what she's gonna call it yet. But girl, just give us the re-recordings and let me know if y'all agree. Do y'all want the albums, the re-recordings separate? Like one album by one album by one album by one album? Do you want it all in one big, heavy box set? I want a big, thick, crazy, annoying, obnoxious trunk. Like, I want the Taylor Swift, like I own this, like box set. And I want like CDs, I want the vinyl, I want the DVD, I want 10 extra songs, I want, girl, how you wrote the new verses, girl, I want all of that. Jack Antonoff, girl, I want all the FaceTime calls, girl, I want all of it. But let me know. Yes, Wesley, New Romantics. I don't know how that escaped me. It's because I'm in show mode, so my brain is just going zzz, zzz, zzz. But that's what I want. I really want the re-recordings to be like one big moment, because I feel like, and I could be wrong, I feel like once we get past like the third re-recording, if it were done separate, I don't think the excitement would be as big versus the news being like all of us just waking up and boom, Taylor Swift $80 re-recording set comes with this and a sweater and you get a cat and you get a vinyl and you get a... Taylor, girl, let me on the team, girl. We gonna get the box set together. Ooh, Patless said she's going to call it Mine. That would be good. That would be really good. Shout out to you. Gabby is saying Getaway Car deserved a full video. I agree. Caitlin is asking, did I miss Justin and Demi? Caitlin, you did not miss Justin and Demi. I promise you that. We're in the fun part of the show, not the part that gets y'all to click on the damn video first. But we gonna get there. I promise you. We gonna get into Justin and Demi. We gonna get into Selena. We gonna get into Patrick Star. We gonna get into all of that. Shabria is saying, do you think she will release merch with the release of the older albums? Shabria, I really hope that she does. And this is because I am selfish. I need one more Reputation run of the merch line. Because that's my favorite Taylor album, and I just want more Reputation merch. Every single time Reputation merch goes on sale or they make an email about it, I try to get something from there. Because when the world tour was out, y'all, when she did the stadium tour, I just like didn't have the coin back then. So like I just had enough coin to get to the show, and even then I had help. So like this time, when Taylor drop it, y'all, my coins is where they need to be, and I'm ready to, girl, give me all of that. Give me them little $70 whatever. I'm ready on this one. So hopefully she gives us a good box set and we can just be happy. That was a good one, Shabria. Yeah, she needs to drop some merch with that. Taylor, you won't get my coin. Let it be good merch too. All right, now let's move on, y'all. We're gonna move on to some speculations, not confirmations, and we're not at Demi or Justin or Selena yet. This is my selfish part of the show. And this actually was requested. Let me get Taylor off of the screen. Y'all know that I always ask on the community page or on my Instagram, what do y'all want to talk about? And I already know y'all are always going to want to talk about Selena, Justin, Demi, whatever. But one of y'all brought to my attention, shout out to you, that DJ Boof is no longer working for Wendy Williams anymore. And I had no idea. I had no clue. So one of you guys was like, listen, what do you think about DJ Boof no longer working for Wendy Williams? I went to Google and I was like, hold on. Then I went to YouTube and I typed it in. And I saw that Daytime Tea Time uploaded a video and she broke down what's going on. Let me make this smaller. Doesn't Wendy look good in that picture, y'all? She looks snatched. That's Wendy Kardashian. Come on, girl. She's very much giving me Kim. Right? Don't she look good, y'all? Okay, now, in case you guys don't know, DJ Boof is the DJ on Wendy Williams' show. He plays the hits. He's also the DJ for Nicki Minaj as well, and he's the DJ for Fabulous, the rapper, in case you guys don't know. Now, I was so shocked because if you watch the Wendy Williams show, you know that they have like such a good rapport, and there's like inside jokes that they're dating, and they just seemed like really close friends. But Candace from Daytime Tea Time pointed out in her video that she noticed that in his Instagram bio, it no longer said, you know, normally it says like something like New York's #1 hottest DJ, you know, Nicki Minaj / The Wendy Show / Fabulous, and he had taken The Wendy Show part out of his bio. And then she went on to show us some DMs from someone else that ran like a Wendy Williams Instagram like fan page, and also a Facebook group dedicated to The Wendy Show, which I think is cool because I didn't even know that existed. And in the DMs, they were asking DJ Boof like, hey, are you still working for The Wendy Williams Show? And he sort of like replied, it was like a weird kind of response, like, I'm a good guy, you know, I would never do anyone wrong or something like that. And then he sort of like deleted his messages. You guys have to check that video out from Daytime Tea Time. Candace is great. But I found that to be very strange. What do you guys think happened between DJ Boof and Wendy? To me, he's like a part of the show. That would be like if Norman all of a sudden just like, they just fell out and Norman just didn't work for the show anymore. Like, that won't work for me. Or like Suzanne, just like we just stopped hearing about Suzanne. Like Suzanne, Norman, and DJ Boof are very much as much of the show, in my opinion, as Wendy. You know, they're like these kooky characters that just so happen to help out with the show. But when you watch Wendy, and you watch Wendy for a long time, you realize that they're almost kind of like part of the family. So I watched the Wendy Show for Wendy, but I also watch it to see those moments with DJ Boof, to see her interact with Suzanne, who's hyping up the audience. Like, I've been to the show before. I know Suzanne be hyping up that audience. And I love me some Suzanne. And Norman, you know, Norman always has like his funny little side comments, and him and Wendy always kind of like kiki on the side. So very strange stuff. Wendy, I believe, she's not performing, but she will be back. Her talk show will be back on the 21st, I believe, of September. So hopefully, maybe there will be some kind of explanation or something like that. Very curious. J.R. Ripa is saying, my first thought, dating, but no, don't think so. And Kat is saying, yes, they are always hanging out. Yeah, you know, if you guys watch the Wendy Show, you guys know Wendy's always talking about, you know, stories of her life, but a lot of them always kind of include, like, and Boof just showed up and bought me dinner, and then me and Boof went out to this restaurant, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm really curious to see what kind of explanation Wendy's going to give us. Makes me kind of sad, you know, to see two friends, two colleagues, two peers, whatever, work out. Caitlin is saying, does Wendy have a YouTube? I don't have cable. Caitlin, I do not have cable either. Listen, Wendy has a YouTube channel. Every single day, they upload Hot Topics. So check it out, watch it. It's where you kind of get all of the tea. Definitely watch it. Mr. Not That Famous. Hey, Courtney. Hello. Hello. Welcome. But yeah, check that out on her YouTube channel. I'm very curious to see what she gonna say about her and DJ Boof. Also, shout out to DJ Boof for something that Candace mentioned in her video was, shout out to DJ Boof. He has to be a nice guy if he's able to navigate a friendship between working for Wendy and still being friends with Nicki Minaj, because they don't like each other. So shout out to DJ Boof. I like him. I met him at Wendy's Wendy's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. I was there, and he was very nice, so friendly, like willing to meet the fans, willing to meet the peasants, as I called myself. Sweet guy. So I hope that whatever's going on, they're able to get it worked out and squared away. Because like I said, he's very much as much of the show as Wendy. Like I said, that would be like Norman leaving. Like, girl, absolutely not. Now, we're almost there, you guys. We're almost to the part that you clicked on the video for, but we're not there yet, because I'm still feeling selfish. So y'all already know what we're going to talk about next. Y'all already know I have to have a Real Housewives moment. Bam. Y'all know Denise Richards done left Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, right? Denise Richards done left Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and my question to y'all is, what are they going to do now? That's the question. What are they going to do now on this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? And for those of you guys that don't watch, don't worry. Just know this. Just know that Denise Richards, all of the drama that happened throughout this entire season was very much centered around the fact whether Denise Richards slept with Brandy Glanville, who's not part of the show. Like, however many episodes, it seemed like it was 45 episodes of, did you sleep with Brandy? Because Brandy said, And it's like Brandy's not part of the show. Brandy's kind of like known character-wise on the show to be like a pot stirrer. Is Brandy trying to get a diamond to be back part of the main cast? What are y'all going to do now, right? So y'all centered a whole season around this woman. Lisa Rinna attacking her. Everyone I kind of felt like attacked her except for Miss Garcelle Bouvet, darling. And now Denise has made the decision to leave the show. So what are y'all going to do now? According to Denise, it's not really surprising. The quote that she gave Hollywood Life, just to give y'all the tea, is that she decided recently that she wasn't going to come back to Housewives, and she did not tell too many people before the news came out. She thought this last season was a lot in her personal life, and she's not friends with any of the ladies besides Garcelle away from the camera, so it didn't make sense. Okay, so that tells us enough. She's no longer friends with Lisa Rinna, who was her longtime friend before this, and Garcelle is her only friend. So think about it this way. Would you guys want to film or tape a show where no one likes you except one person? And if Garcelle has a movie project that requires her to fly out of the area, like this past season, her first season, Garcelle was kind of in and out of the episodes because she's a working woman. She's got a family to support. So she was going and doing her filming assignments or her filming obligations where she couldn't be on the show as much in the beginning as I'm sure a lot of fans wanted. So where does that leave Denise? Sitting up at a table with a whole bunch of people that don't like her? Probably not worth the money. So she's deciding to leave. Now, my question to y'all is, who replaces Denise Richards, right? Andy is saying that Kris Jenner would be a huge get. He doesn't think that she would do it. Whatever. So let's nix Kris Jenner right out the gate. Chrissy's not going to do it, right? Who could fill the shoes on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Who's like a famous actress, no matter how crazy, that y'all want to see have their lives play out on the camera? I'm not really too sure, but I do have one person in mind that is already in Housewives lore, but not exactly part of Beverly Hills, and I want to see if you agree. Okay, now, we know Cynthia Bailey is from Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? She's been on Real Housewives of Atlanta for many, many seasons. We've watched her glow up. We've watched her be in love with Peter Thomas. We've watched her divorce Peter Thomas. And now she is engaged to Mike Hill. If you guys missed it on Holly Scoop, we interviewed Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill, and they were both very nice. Every single person that we've interviewed on Holly Scoop has been like very nice. Even Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore was everything. I mean, y'all know down in my heart, in my guts, I'm a Nene Leakes stan. But Kenya Moore was a breath of fresh air, very sweet, very lovely. She was so freaking nice. Okay, now, Cynthia Bailey, her fiance is Mike Hill. She's been on the show very long, and in my opinion, her time is coming to a close in terms of storyline. I do not want to see the end of Cynthia Bailey, right? Mike Hill lives here in Los Angeles. What if Cynthia just marries Mike Hill and moves here? And then she could hang out with all of the other ladies of Beverly Hills and Garcelle. Like, that could be like her back door in. Garcelle is a friend of Cynthia. She's introduced to the group. I'm very curious to see that dynamic. That's never really been done before, right? Where like a housewife from one franchise jumps over to another one because it just makes sense or because of storyline. Very interesting. Let me know what y'all think. If you're fans of Housewives, I won't force it on y'all. But I do think that it would be a really good idea. I like her. I think that, of course, people feel like Cynthia doesn't bring a lot to the table. But I feel like if you had a group of 8 women literally doing the most, the show does not make sense. And I think the reason why Cynthia has kept a job is because Cynthia is able to straddle the line between not doing too much where it's unnecessary and doing just enough at the perfect time. Lots of people forget all of her sassy one-liners. A lot of people forget what else is going on. A lot of people forget when she kicked Portia in the stomach across the boat. Like, Cynthia has brought it over the years. It just took some time, and I feel like she definitely picks and chooses her moments. So, especially with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they have nothing going on, in my opinion. Nothing that's going on like that outside of complaining. I think that Cynthia could add balance because a lot of those women on that particular franchise are really extra, in my opinion. Hot Mess Mama is saying, yes, would love to see her on Beverly Hills. Me too. J.R. Ripa is saying, Lisa Rinna has a decent clothing line. Reasonable prices also. Is Lisa Rinna selling her clothes on QVC still? I think my mom was telling me that she saw Lisa Rinna on QVC. My mom's a huge Lisa Rinna fan, just based off of that. She's literally never seen Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ever, but she loves Lisa Rinna, I believe, on QVC or the Home Shopping Network or one of those things. She also told me Brandy Glanville was like selling her stuff on QVC, and I was like, Ma, do you realize Brandy Glanville is a mess box? And she was like, no. I was like, what? Everyone needs to watch Real Housewives, but that's just me. It's just my personal preference for programming. Lots of people don't like reality TV, and reality TV is my favorite. So, speaking of reality TV, bye, Cynthia. Love you, sis. The Karjenners then ended their show, y'all. And I think it was time. A lot of people are upset, but I do think that it is time. They announced very recently that the show was ending after 20 seasons. Oh my God, y'all are all up in my grill. Where are y'all? Let's make y'all smaller. Bam. The show is ending after literally 20 seasons, and I feel like it was on 5 seasons too long. In my opinion, I really, really wish that after Kim's robbery in like France or wherever, the show would have just ended. I feel like that's when the show got too real, when your life is at stake, and I feel like the show should have just ended, whatever, called it a day. We definitely did hear that Chloe and Tristan were doing a digital series, which I hope never comes to fruition, but we never know with them. We also know that the Karjenners are trying to ink some sort of streaming deal with any of the big giants. So like Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, to develop new content. So they're not trying to be Netflix. They're not trying to get Keeping Up with the Kardashians on a platform. They're already on Hulu. Like, we're definitely aware of that. They're just trying to potentially ink a deal that would help them create new content, because the streaming content is what's going to make them more money, because no one is really watching it on TV anymore. Wesley is saying they should have ended a while ago, to be honest, and I agree. Brittany is saying, I wish you would talk more about Big Brother. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on Big Brother that I don't agree with, and I don't want to talk about it, and it's exhausting. And that's why I'm not talking about Big Brother. I will talk about a season of Big Brother when it's good again. And even then, it would probably be light. Big Brother has way too many updates for me to do consistent content on. If I did Big Brother content, it would like entertain like 3 of y'all, and then everyone would stop watching my channel. And that's just the truth. I'm already sinking my channel by talking about Real Housewives, and honestly, I had to just get over that hurdle because I love it so much. And that's just the God's honest truth. Valentina is saying the show is on Netflix in my country, like the first seasons. Listen, get into it. I like the Kardashian show. I just think that it was like too much. I think when Kim got robbed, and also I think when the Jordan Woods thing happened, I think that was one of the first times that everyone collectively took notice at something ain't right here. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people that were invested and people that know everything about the Karjenners were like, something in the buttermilk isn't clean. When the Jordan Woods thing happened, that definitely, I feel like a large part of their audience was like, hold on. I am interested in seeing what they could potentially bring to streaming. I just want them to take a break first. You get what I'm saying? The Kardashians do a lot, and they do a lot seemingly 365. We would be all right if they went a full year without doing anything on TV or in front of a camera. You know what I mean? They could benefit. Focus on your kids. Chloe and Tristan focus on lying to us, and Chloe, you could have a baby in secret and stuff like that. I feel bad for Chloe still, but at the end of the day, All of the Karjenners are adults. They're all going to do what they want to do. It's just a matter of what they decide to show us at this point, you know? But we'll see. Something that I do want to let y'all know is that they're already still filming scenes for the show. I believe it was Kim, Chloe, and Scott were seen in Malibu like yesterday, filming for the show. So do not worry. We're still going to get some sort of current something, or at least some sort of scenes that talk about their reaction to the show being over, I think, which I think is important for the closure of the series. It's an end of an era, and I'm just glad that we're not going to make it to like season 30 where like nobody's watching it and they're on like an 11:30 time slot on a Friday night or something like that. So good job to the Karjenners. Good job. Now, are y'all ready to start the mess? Since I see people just popping in and out going like, did he talk about Justin yet? I ain't never gonna talk about Justin in the beginning of nobody's video. ever. Cause y'all should see, like, in the analytics, this is how I fix and tweak and edit the show. In the analytics, because I leave timestamps, I purposely leave timestamps, right, in the comments of every episode of this. So when I go in the analytics, I literally can see when people click on the video and just click to the part that they want to see. There are literally some videos where like I talk for like an hour and 20 something minutes and almost everyone just clicked all the way to the end. Like everything else that I talked about, everyone ignored and they went all the way to the end of whatever I was talking about, whatever the thumbnail said. So I'm only doing it because that's what y'all show me that y'all like to see in the data. Anyway, though, if y'all are ready for the mess, please feel free to put green hearts in the chat because it is that part of the show where we're going to talk about Demi, we're going to talk about Max, we're going to talk about Selena, and we're going to talk about Justin. But I'm going to sip, though. The water. The hydration. Now, also give this video a thumbs up if you are watching, because that definitely helps me out a lot. Thank you, and I appreciate you for watching. All right, now let's talk. This is Max Ehrich, and he's a very nice man. That's what I truthfully believe. I believe that he is a very nice man. You know, easy on the eyes. You know, he has good hairline. Look, good hairline. Look. Hey, Max. Look. He's got good hair. Look, not a bad looking guy. He's clearly somewhere, you know, with nice weather. You know, okay. Now, go away, Max. Bye. This is his fiance. This is Demi Lovato. And listen, whether you like Demi Lovato or not is not important, right? She's very talented. She makes great music. I do not agree with all of her decisions, just like any celebrity. But at the end of the day, this is Demi Lovato's fiance, right? Now, everything was totally fine, good and dandy with Demi Lovato and her fiance, Max, until, let me just skirt on her. Okay, go away, Max and Demi, go away now. Bam. Until a young lady named Selena Gomez popped up in the gig. And truthfully, Selena Gomez has been minding her own business. She's been trying to start Rare Beauty, which dropped. She came out with ice cream with Blackpink, and that burnt up the charts. And she's just minding her own business. And that's my own opinion. Unfortunately for Selena, well, actually, unfortunately for Max, because, I mean, girl, we about to get into it. Unfortunately for Max, some of his old tweets have resurfaced, and people are kind of like, record scratch, what is going on here, right? So here's a tweet. Ha ha ha. Selena Gomez and Demi are cute together, but boy, if you think Demi is prettier, you're wrong. Okay. So it appears as though Max, at some point, did not believe that Demi Lovato was prettier than Selena Gomez. All right, okay, all right. Bam! There's a female singer that screams so much. That's why my girl S is better than you know who. Okay, this is 5 years ago. All right, okay. Okay, all right, Max. This is, speak your truth. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Bam! I'm gonna marry at Selena Gomez. And then we have a response from DC. Bieber is gonna be jealous of you. And then we have another response, Justin X Camila. Bieber is happily engaged. He ain't bothered. Then DC responds, it's a joke. No need to take it so seriously. And then Max replies, it's not a joke. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, okay. Y'all. Okay. Listen. Look, let me read through it one more time. Just in case you missed it. Shout out to Lucid. I see you, Lucid. What's up, bro? I want to say this, right? One more time. Ha 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 ha. Selena Gomez and Demi are cute together, but boy, if you think Demi is prettier, you're wrong. Okay. There's a female singer that screams so much. That's why what is this? This is why my girl? Let me not move it too much, girl. Let me not move it too much. That's why my girl S is better than you know who. The you know who, in my opinion, would be Miss Demi Lovato. And then he's going to marry Selena Gomez. And sis, it's not a joke. Now, Bianca is asking, are these actual tweets and not just photoshopped? And listen, I feel you. Bianca. Right? I feel you. Now, the reason why I'm inclined to believe this is because, right, the girls were really upset with me many weeks ago, you guys. Remember the time when Demi's Finsta leaked? And we did the whole thing, and we was going through, and I was like, hold on, what if it was Max? Because Max is the ex-Selenator, and Max, he's really into Selena Gomez, and blah, 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 blah. Remember that, y'all? That was a long time ago. If you're new, you might not have been around then, but it was a long time ago. Check that video out, the live stream where we talked about Demi's Finsta exposed. Now, that entire situation was a hot-ass mess. But in the video, I did tell y'all that Max was an ex-Selenator. He just really was a Selena Gomez fan. This is what I'm talking about. These are the tweets that I was talking about. This is the moments that I was talking about. And to just go back to you, Bianca, because I did see that you were questioning if they were real. The only reason why I'm inclined to believe that they were real was because once the tweets, and I'll use air quotes, even though y'all can't see me, I'm using air quotes. The reason why the tweets are a big deal is because after that, y'all, he done went and deleted his own fucking Twitter account. So what message was I saying? If it's not real, and I'm not laughing at, listen, if it's not real, he would not have deleted. He just wouldn't have deleted. That's the thing, right? You tell on yourself with the actions, right? He could have just put out LOL if it was fake, right? People were digging up the tweets, posting the tweets. I have been saying this. I think even at one point we talked about it at Holly Scoop, that this was a thing that was happening. My question to y'all is, right? Because I don't want to make this a drag Demi thing, right? I really don't. And I know some of y'all feel some type of way because Demi and Selena have whatever they have going on. I'm really going to try to play referee on this. Let's take a step back. Me. How would y'all feel if y'all were Demi Lovato, who's really been trying to ease back into Twitter? She's just been barely, I think she might even still have the team tweeting for her. Maybe she picks up a phone and tweets here and there. How would y'all feel if this came out and this was someone that recently proposed to you? How would you feel if 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, your fiance was talking about one of your enemies being prettier than you, more talented than you, and he was going to marry this young lady? He wanted to, as a crush. Let me be honest. Katie is saying he could have tweeted fake news just like Tristan. He could have. Absolutely, he could have. Caitlin is saying guilty. Valentina is saying, also, I'm so sorry for Selena as well. I'm sure she still has love for Demi, even if they had a friendship breakup. But people still find reasons to start a feud between them. I agree. Selena didn't do nothing but be beautiful and be talented. And now she's just in the middle of this. How would y'all feel if y'all were Demi Lovato and y'all significant other was over there talking about, Selena Gomez is blah, blah, blah. I understand that one of the tweets was 10 years ago. These are tweets that are in the past. Do you guys think that Demi and Max laughed about it? Let's do that. Do y'all think that all of that came out and they was just up there laughing at it and Demi is like, don't even engage with that. Delete your Twitter, boy. Could you imagine if she said that? Maybe. You never know. We never know what kind of headspace Demi is in. Cass is saying, I'd dump his ass, honestly. Kiara is saying, every time Demi releases something, there's a controversy going on for the press. Like, Scooter, you need to calm down. See, I didn't even think about that. Did I Love Me come out and then the Finsta thing happened? Or like I Love Me came out and then she said something about Selena in the magazine? Did that happen together, y'all? Refresh my drink if I'm wrong. Did those two things happen around the same time? Because then your comment would be absolutely right. Because she just came out with the Marshmallow song, which is actually in my notes here I want to tell y'all about. And now we have like sort of like a thing going on. Interesting. That is very interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. Every time Demi releases something, there's a controversy going on for the press. Huh. Girl, your magnifying glass is quaking on that one. You said something, that buttermilk is not clean. That buttermilk is looking a little cloudy and dusty. Interesting. Linda is saying, I would be like, boy, bye. Wendy is saying, if she's blindly in love, maybe. Hot Mess Mama is saying, I would always wonder in the back of my mind, how does he really feel? Amanda can say, I can look at him and tell he's no good. Demi will forgive him because she wants love so bad. JR is saying, I remembered that. It was covered. I think it's old news, but I think Demi's fragile. Also, probably a bit insecure too. It has to bother her. Selena has zip to do with this. 0%. Selena did nothing but put out Rare Beauty and Shake It with Blackpink, and I'm living for that. Yamile is saying, I would not have married Max at all. Evelina is saying, I would be like, okay, do you still think that? Now, I kind of agree. Wesley is saying, I love me, Finsta, and magazine. Okay, not to be okay, Max's tweet. Something in this pumpkin spice latte ain't good. Right? I didn't put that together, but thank y'all. Kiara and Wesley, thank y'all for putting that together because now I'm thinking about, Kiara saying, no, it was a song with Sam Smith. Oh, yeah. Alright. That was a hit, too. I like that song. Now that I'm looking back, I might have said I didn't like it when it came out, but now I like that song. Shout out to Demi and Sam Smith. They did that. Danielle is saying, if I was Demi, I would not be laughing. And Felicia saying, I'd be so hurt and be like, WTF. Honestly, y'all, I don't know how I would feel about that. In one hand, it's like one of the tweets is literally 10 years old, so you can always say, like, well, it was forever ago. It was a decade ago. Others are appearing to be more recent. That's something that they gonna have to, girl, go in the boudoir and shut the door, sit on the side of the bed and have a come to Jesus moment. For all we know, like I said, Demi could be laughing it off, like, girl, who cares? Or they could have really, truly had maybe like a come to Jesus moment and be like, listen, I get you feel this way. You felt this way at one point. Please do not ever tweet that ever again. Tell me you love me. And then they move on. Who knows? Trying to see the positive. We gonna have to see. But speaking of a situation that Selena Gomez actually is involved with, let's talk about Selena Gomez and Patrick Starr. And I just want to bring this up because I want to have a discussion with y'all to see how y'all feel in terms of influencers and reviewing, right? So Rare Beauty obviously just dropped. All of the influencers have been doing their Rare Beauty hauls, their Rare Beauty first impression videos. I mean, literally Manny MUA, Nikki Tutorials, our very own Madison Hill. Make sure you check that out. She did sort of like a Rare Beauty review as well. Y'all definitely need to check those out. However, Patrick Starr's review has been getting sort of a lot of attention because in his video, he spent a lot of time comparing his Rare Beauty comparing Rare Beauty to his own collection, One Size, which is also sold in Sephora. So basically, they're sold by the same retail giant, but, you know, I don't really see what the big deal is. What Patrick was doing in the video, I think really upset people. He was like swatching the products like right next to his own and then saying that he prefers his own to Selena's. And that kind of upset people. They felt as though they were getting too much of his own personal opinion instead of sort of receiving the actual information of the product doing what it's described to do. What do y'all think about that? That's really, really, really something. Now, Rare Beauty released a statement expressing the gratitude for everyone that reviewed the products, good or bad, and they said, "We're so thrilled by all of the great feedback on Rare Beauty so far. It's so uplifting to see how much love and support we're receiving from the community for our brand mission and our products. But please remember that everyone has different preferences with makeup and not everything is going to work for everyone. That's okay. Patrick Starr is such a positive voice in this community and an incredible creator and entrepreneur, so let's all show him nothing but love." And then in response, Patrick tweeted, "Alexa, play Kill 'Em With Kindness. Love you at Selena Gomez. Congrats on the launch." Now, y'all, I want to ask you, how do y'all feel about beauty reviews? First of all, Katie, you said you was gonna do a rare beauty review. Is that out? Is that up yet? Y'all, let me know in the chat, Katie, because I want to make sure I watch that before the day is over. I remember her saying that she was going to do like a rare beauty video, and I have not seen yours yet. So if you have, grab that link and put it in here so when I rewatch it, rewatch this, I can go and get it. I mean, not go and get it, go and watch it. Y'all, how do y'all feel about influencers reviewing? Right? Do y'all want their personal opinions when they review a product, or do you just want them to give y'all the bare facts and say, yes, it does this, or yes, it does a good job at doing that? What do y'all prefer? Because I like when a creator gives their honest opinion. I don't care who it is. I don't care if Nicki Minaj came out with a line tomorrow that's makeup. I want to see the truth. I want to see what everyone thinks, and I'm not going to be mad if people don't like it. I do think that it is a little bit shady to show your own product in the video, swatching it next to Selena's, because to me, that's saying to the consumer, when you go into Sephora, even though we're peers, when you go into Sephora, don't even look at Selena's. You're going to want to get mine, and here's why. You get what I'm saying? So, like, were you trying to give your own opinion, or were you trying to do, like, a reverse review and actually sell your own products instead? I think that is a little bit disrespectful. What do you guys think? Okay, Katie is saying yes, it's up already, and Gabby's saying the review is out. Okay, so everyone after this, please make sure y'all go and support Miss Katie Gomez. I'm gonna go and watch as well when this is done. The Rare Beauty review, because I want to know. Maria is saying his own followers said this was not professional. Mother's Lord is saying Madison did a great job of testing it. Absolutely. JR is saying, I was set to buy something from his line. After his review, in my opinion, it was messy. He's a pro. He used Rare Beauty to trend to sell his line. Desperate looking. A fair review is what he should have given. Hey, I agree. I find it to be a little bit disrespectful when you're almost kind of like using, exactly like you said, using someone else's name to sell your product. I didn't think that was cool. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Let me sip. I'm not a Patrick Starr fan. The reason why, and I've told this story before, if you've watched The Morning Tea, one of the old episodes, I spoke about this very briefly. One time I was at a club in West Hollywood just on a regular night, minding my own business, and I was in a nightclub with my friends, obviously, and I had gone to the bar to get a drink, and obviously, you know, all the influencers are out and around, you know, it's regular stuff. It's not crazy to go out and see someone that you watch on the internet out in West Hollywood. And Patrick Starr was there, and he had all his people with him, and me, someone that really used to enjoy his content, I was like, you know what? Oh my God, Patrick Starr is here. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to say, you know, something nice, and I'm going to try and buy him a drink. I feel like that's the least I could do. My broke ass trying to buy rich ass Patrick Starr a drink. So I go right up to him, and I was like, oh my God, I just want to say thank you for giving me the confidence to really, you know, get out there and try to, like, you know, try makeup. And Patrick really just kind of like looked me up and down and like laughed in my face and walked away. And I was like, like, you're ever just like flabbergasted, like, so not a fan of Patrick Starr at all. Just because, just from outside of the influencer-ness, if I were a fan that wasn't a creator, that just was a fan, I would never do that to anyone that supports anything that I do, ever. I'm never going to treat y'all like trash, ever. I don't care if my blood sugar is doing this. I don't care if my eyes are rolling in the back of my head. The least you can do is say thank you. And that's it. I didn't even get like a thank you. It just kind of was like a, get the hell out of here. So, hey, that's who y'all support. When y'all wonder why, at work sometimes I have strong reactions to people, 9 times out of 10 it's because I might have bumped into them somewhere or met them somewhere, and definitely Patrick Star was not nice. So that's that on that. Katie is saying, I ran into Patrick Star at California Adventure and my friend saw him and said his name. I looked up and I got the look of don't even bother. So I was like, ew, I won't bother. There you go. Ta-da! And you know Katie ain't gonna lie, y'all. So even if you don't believe me, you know damn well Katie Gomez ain't gonna lie. So you get what I'm saying? I'm glad that we had the same similar reactions. All You Need Is Love is saying, not a fan after he copied and stole ideas from a black makeup artist. Are you talking about the musical tutorials where they was like doing the things to the beat and then they was doing the makeup and stuff? I think I remember that vaguely happening. We almost talked about that at Holly Scoop maybe, and then we didn't. But maybe we did. I don't remember. But yeah, that's just my experience. I have a lot of really good experience with creators. But I do have a few not so good ones. Just to keep it real, just to keep it honest. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Have y'all been waiting to hear about Justin Bieber? I think you have. So let's talk about him. Let's talk about Justin. Let's talk about Justin. This is Justin. This is wrong way. This is Justin. This is Justin. So Justin decided on September 11th that he was going to make an announcement. Before we get to that, Justin released his album Changes in February. Which it doesn't even feel like Changes came out this year. It feels like 3 million years ago. So I just, go off. I'm not mad at it because although Changes was not Justin's best work in my opinion, there were songs on it that I really, really liked. Running Over with Lil Dicky, I think that's called. Running Over. A hit. Forever with Post Malone, a hit. A lot of it, to me, not gonna back down, still giving me Motorola ringtones. There it is. That's just the God's honest truth. But I did like a couple songs on it. I think Running Over is probably in like my top 10 on my Apple Music because I listened to that one out. But Justin is basically coming back again. He decided to tweet 1 week and link all of the believers to jbsoon.com, where there is a countdown and there's a link to pre-save a new song that will come out next Friday, or rather this Friday because it's Sunday. And then Scooter, of course, had to follow up by tweeting #NewEraBegins. This is the photo. This is what we have, right? This is what we have. And what does this give us? What do you guys think? What do you guys feel? Very curious. I wonder if he's going to give us, if you guys remember, Justin Timberlake did that Man in the Woods mess that he needed to not release. Shout out to Justin Timberlake. And I don't want Justin to do that. But I would like decent music. I would like good music that everyone can enjoy. I don't want R&B. Leandria is saying, hopefully it's not about Haley again. I agree. I'm willing, in hindsight, I'm willing to be like, you know what, Justin, Changes wasn't my favorite album from you. However, I'm sure it was an excellent wedding gift to your wife. And it just is what it is. I just wonder if he's going to give the fans what they want now. Brittany is saying, reminds me of the Recovery album from Eminem. I absolutely agree. Valentina is saying, is that folklore vibes? I don't think so. I think if Justin wanted to be in the forest and take a picture in the forest, he definitely would do it. I'm just very curious as to what is going to happen. Hated the fact that he announced it on September 11th, but I mean, when things are on schedule, I guess things are on schedule, you guys. We get it. You love your wife. That's a good thing. What else is going on? Would you guys be here for Justin giving us his most personal album yet. Like Kelly Clarkson, she's going to give us her most personal album through her divorce. Let me know what you think Justin is going to give us this time around. I'm very curious. I want it to be something that's good. That's all I care about, because Changes, in my opinion, was not good. And I feel like you owe us before the end of this year. If you're going to force us to sit through Changes in February, at least by November, you need to give us some sort of hit. Period. Jazzy is saying, what if it's an acoustic album? Would you guys be here for an acoustic album? I don't want to go to sleep. If it's boring, if it's gonna be acoustic, you better be strumming them guitar strings till your fingers bleed. That's how upbeat it is. Cecilia is saying, LOL, what if it's country? I'm not here for country Bieber. I'm just not. Also, with Taylor doing kind of country right now, not interested in him doing that. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, last thing I want to say is bye, Justin. Zayn is also coming. How do you guys feel about that? Zayn definitely has something in the works. I don't have the asset to show y'all. His little Instagram from earlier in the week. But he said he was coming. And I'm a little bit intrigued by that. What does Zayn have coming? Damn, Zayn and Justin on the charts at the same time. Could y'all imagine? Who do y'all think would win? I think Justin would win, obviously. But that doesn't mean that the work is going to be better. I have a feeling that Zayn is going to do something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he's going to do something and it's going to be good. Caitlin is saying, if Kanye is involved, I will hard pass. If Kanye is involved... If Kanye is involved production-wise, it'll probably be very good. But I feel you on that. I just don't want a Christian album. I don't want that, and I don't want whatever he's putting out to be like a Christian song. I don't think that is the right time for Justin. But now that you said that, I've completely forgotten Justin and Kanye worked on something. But now that you mentioned that, if Kanye worked on Justin's music production-wise, then he would be in business. Kanye and Justin together on the same track, not produced by Kanye singing about God, is not what I want. Not what I want. Not what I want. Not what I want. Wesley is saying, could be another Zayn and Taylor Swift song. Oh, like, I don't wanna live. I don't know if I want Zayn to work with Taylor again. That song wasn't my favorite, collab-wise. It felt very movie soundtrack to me, which is fine, because that's what it was for. I want Zayn to work with somebody smaller and somebody that's going... You know who Zayn needs to work with? Do y'all guys know the singer Mabel? Mabel sings that song, I want a boyfriend, so put it on me. I'm looking for a man who could take that heat. Want a boyfriend, hey, but not too sweet. My baby gotta be tough while he running that street. Is he ride or die? I've been looking so long for a guy to turn me on. I want a boyfriend, yeah, yeah. I want a boyfriend, yeah. I've been looking like when you at. Mabel and Zayn would make a good team, a really good team. They should think about that. I think that Zayn's platform should be used for him and a smaller artist to kind of like not blow up, because Zayn is obviously Zayn, but like to get his name back out there. That's what I want. Zayn and Mabel. Yeah. What do y'all think? Let me know. Who y'all want Zayn to work with? Or do y'all just want Zayn by himself? Kayla is saying Normani and Zayn. Normani and Zayn would be really good, but, you know, Normani has to put out music first. I think at this point, Normani has to put her own solo something out. I don't want no more features from Normani. Listen, I've mentally prepared myself to wait very long for Normani anything. And I'm praying every night that what she does deliver is solo music. I thought that Motivation was going to be like this is what Normani's project might sound like. But now I think, girl, so much time has gone past. She has probably, like revamped it and changed it. And it might be for the better, it might be for the worse, but my money's on the better. We just have to hope, y'all. With RCA, you just never know. What y'all talking about? Oh, Tamara is saying, yes, we need another Club Courtney night. We actually do. That would be soon, right? not next Saturday, but maybe the following Saturday. We won't set it in stone yet, right? Let's see how the next couple weeks play out, and I'm gonna give all y'all the information on Club Courtney, and then we'll do another one of those and raise some more money. Let me see. Oh, girl, we already here an hour and 20 minutes. Y'all, let me skedaddle out of here. Got me out here chit-chatting with y'all. It's always fun, honestly, truthfully. This is the best part of my week. Honestly, I get to just do my thing with y'all, and it was great to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me for another Kiki with Mimi. If this is your first time, please give this video a thumbs up so that the next time I do one of these, I hopefully show up on your homepage. Be sure to click subscribe if you're new, if this is like your first time. Ring the notification bell. So important that you guys ring the bell because I upload girl, listen, I know a lot of y'all did not get that notification for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, that video that's flopping. But listen, I don't even care. I know that because my channel is like going in all sorts of directions, you might not get notifications. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Instagram is definitely going to be the place where I will always let everyone know where I have a new video that you may want to check out. I post a little clip. If you're ever looking for Madison's new video and for whatever reason you cannot find it on YouTube, I always link her stuff on my Instagram story as well. So make sure that you're following me on Instagram, also on Twitter, which is not CourtneyRevolution, but rather CourtRevolution, so that the characters fit. So do all of the wonderful things so that I can keep you in my revolutionary orbit with all the things that I'm doing throughout the week. But until next time, you guys, my name is Courtney. This is the Revolution Detective Agency. Ooh, don't forget that the world keeps spinning, and so shall you. And I'll be seeing you next time. Next Sunday here, and tomorrow for the morning day. Alright, you guys, I will see you. And have a good Sunday and wash your hands.